Greetings, Leo, and welcome to your divinely guided rune reading here for the week. I have the other camera angle up because we're doing the chakra tokens. Chakra tokens are back here for this big rune reading. So we're going to get the solfeggio frequency, the mantra, and the hand mudras. That's why I have the other camera here for the end of the rune reading. So stay tuned for that, Leo. But without further ado, let's get into this big 1-1-1-1 huge energetic portal, gateway, transition, however you want to state it, rune reading for your week. In your energetic past is the rune of Urus. A lot of momentum, energy, kind of steam, like wanting to charge forward. This is very grounded, but also, well, Urus, the aurochs, the ancient ox, is, excuse me, an animal that wants to just charge forward, and it wants to do so, and it is very, every step that it takes, think of it like just, all right, this giant ox. And as it runs down the hill, it gains this momentum, right? So every step is very grounded, but it's also building up speed and momentum. So every step that you take is challenged to be the healthiest possible one for your next step, because, you know, it's gaining speed. You want to be sure-footed on your way down the hill, right? So this is calling in aspects of vitality here. How are you moving forward? Are you moving forward in healthy ways? So this isn't just what we eat or drink. This is energetically, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, you name it out there. So all those aspects, like, what are your self-thoughts? What are your self-talk? Like, what are your viewing habits, social medias, all that fun stuff, Leo. Could be blessed or challenged with aspects here of this in the past, like a health scare. This could have been a challenge in health, like maybe an injury as well in the past. So please take what resonates here, leave what doesn't. This, with the one-on-one readings, I go a lot deeper with clarity on these. So with your energetic now, this is Ansus. Ansus is the rune of communication. It's like divine downloads, prophetic dream work. Still, you're in this energy of still being very grounded. When the lines are going straight down, very grounded energy, okay? And these are like the divine downloads, intuition, prophetic dream work, as I mentioned. It's also like those 6 clairs. We have 6 clairs, right? Claircognizance, clairsentience, clairaudience, all of that, right? So you could be blessed, or just those abilities are being popped off, or excuse me, are firing off right now, Leo, with that. So that could be like your dreams are more vivid. Meditation is a lot easier. You're remembering your dreams. You could be receiving communication and a lot of numerology, like palindrome numbers when you look on the clock, for instance, or spirit animals, or just things that just kind of click for you in random conversations, or you just hear a particular line in the song and it just resonates and deep down in the core of you, and it just hits you and different, you know. So this is a lot of that kind of energy, right? This is big communication energy with that. So this is more of the inbound style of communication, but this could be you just branching out more, even challenged or blessed with aspects of working with the throat chakra. It could just be doing that. Maybe that's one of the tokens here we'll get for you, Leo. Just keep that open mind as we continue, and take what resonates and leave what doesn't. In the near future, we have Odin's rune. Odin's rune is a blank rune. Now, that not every reader does that, because, you know, it's blank. It's not technically a rune. But this is indicative of the patch that covers Odin's eye. So this is like something that is hidden from you, or something that you already know. Incidentally, Odin's favorite rune is Ansus. And we're going to get a rune of clarity from a different set here at the very end. So stay tuned for that, Leo. In your near future, something that's hidden from you, or something that you already know. I really wager to guess that this is more on the side of something you don't know, because it is the future. Okay, so in your aspects of the influence of the now, is in the god Ing's rune of Ingwaz. Ingwaz is very stable energy. It's irreversible rune. This is the seed here that gets planted into the fertile soil. So this is knowing that that seed, the present, is a good, stable place right now. It's very fertile territory to plant seeds. You're probably planting seeds of ideas, communication, branching out, really doing so, or maybe working on things in very healthy ways here. Holding your ground. I see you holding your ground and staying grounded, leading more with your heart center, Leo. Yeah, with this is like the divine masculine's healing rune as well, with that healing aspects of the ego, knowing that the seed will bear fruit, that the seed will take root eventually. Just having that knowing rather than guessing is a healing aspect of the ego, and that kind of aspect is very stoic kind of a philosophy here too, as well as knowing that the present is a very fertile territory. The now is the time to communicate. Now is a time to receive information, to exchange ideas, to plant that seed, Leo. Whatever the case may be for you out there. This could be like a business venture. This could be an idea or a concept. This could be a relationship blooming. This could be a literal download of a new gift, like a spiritual or mental ability. So it ranges widely, but do take what resonates here and leave what doesn't. If this reading resonates, consider a private session to explore your path, your energy, and the guidance of the runes more deeply. Each comment, share, or subscription helps this work reach more seekers like you who are looking for clarity and growth. Thank you all for showing up, for engaging, and for honoring your journey. Together, we are strengthened in this circle of awakening. Because in your advice for the now is in the horse rune of Ewas. Ewas is the energetic source that's proven itself to you throughout many instances of your life, like man's best friend, the horse, has. So with that, for that advice for the now is to embody that type of energy. Be like your own best friend. Or maybe reach out to that best friend type of energy. Either way, this is like an inner and outer pilgrimage. I like to nickname this like the, I like to adoringly name this rune the rune of the spiritual recharge, because this is like an energy where you are either literally going to a place, like you could be called to just go. Just just go to a place to get recentered, realigned, regrounded, right? Like Machu Picchu, Stonehenge, or just on a vacation where you do kind of recharge yourself before you go back to the workforce, right? And then we also have this energy of that inner pilgrimage. Yeah, the inner journey, the inner understandings, the downloads, the comprehensions, and the energies of the present here that this all entails. So your advice for the now is this: to surrender to this big journey that you're on. I think this is relationship improving with divine source or yourself. This could also be a family member, a spouse, or a business partner. Okay. I really think, though, this is yourself or your relationship with divine source, whatever that is for you, however that resonates. All right, so we have Manas in the outcome. Manas is the rune of mankind, and for the outcome position here, still very grounded, stable energy, super grounded, stable. You're called to be like very grounded, very centered, very, yeah, I see like major stoic energies. Very present in yourself. In your outcome, though, with Manas in this position or in your near future, I like to see this as an addition thereof. So it looks like this might be that best friend becoming a little bit more than a friend. Like this is an adoption of energies rather than a resistance thereof or a hold off and wait. Kind of, this is an increase in sense of where you stand in the world, where you stand in mankind, right? Where your place in the world is, what yourself, your aspects are, where your healthy what am I trying to say here? Labels, healthy labels, attachments to outcomes, things like that, where you're realizing maybe some things aren't worth those like even worrying about, because you know where you stand, and where you stand with this other energy. This best friend is becoming, I think, part of your identity, part of I think you've been moving very, very cautiously forward here, Leo, but I think leading with your heart center and just following, I hear in my intuition, follow through with your resolution, even if you think you might be coming off a little bit weird at first, because this is something new to you, Leo. I'm being intuitively downloaded to tell you this. Do follow through with whatever your new practice is that you started here and before this reading, okay? Like at the first of the year, your like resolution or whatever. That's what I'm being told to tell you. So whatever that is, stick with it, and that's going to be like this big momentum that you carry through into this energy, and that's what's going to really help you here and help that outcome. And I think that's why this is, because this is two energies here. This isn't just one energy. This isn't just you. This is two energies. And that's why Odin's rune's here, I believe, because it does, we can't determine other people's free will or other energies' free will, right? We can take an educated guess, right? And that educated guess is, all right, so Kena's here in your not your outcome, but your near future is manifesting. So this is leading by example, trailblazing, the torch that lights the path for others and simultaneously for yourself. There's a lot of leadership qualities, leading by example, trailblazing, lighting the path forward for yourself and for others, right? So in that sort of trailblazing kind of energy is like, definitely you are, I see you sticking to that resolution, whatever that was, or and see you manifesting with that clarity of this moving forward to whatever extent, right? So it doesn't matter if that other energy is with you here or not, you are going to be into manifesting here in your near future. But this other energy right now is how well you receive the communication, as well as how well you are addressing others, right? How balanced is that? Do you have invisible strings attached? Are you healing the divine masculine? This is also, I should have mentioned, we have aspects of the divine feminine and masculine within all of us. So make sure you're balancing that out as well, Leo, right? Can't just have one without the other. All right, well, we're going to get a card of clarity. Please let me know in the comments below how this all resonates here for you. We're going to get a card of clarity from the handmade embossed deck. And the first card that came up here is believe. Yeah, believe in yourself, believe in others, believe. Leo, you got this. I see you out there. I'm a Leo rising, so this is huge for my inner standing and understanding comprehensions as well. And also, if you cross watch, like I suggest, your sun, moon, rising, maybe even your Venus, right? So believe in yourself, lead with that heart center, healed ego aspects. Yeah, believe, but not to an ego bolstering kind of believe, right? Let's get a chakra token or chakra token. All right. So this is the solar plexus. Solfeggio frequency for that is 528 hertz. So the solar plexus is located below the chest and above the navel. It is the center of self-esteem, confidence, and personal identity. Anyone who is struggling to live authentically, has control issues, manipulative tendencies, or low self-esteem would be said to have a blocked solar plexus chakra. To work with this frequency, you should listen to 528 hertz. And when you've opened your solar plexus, you should feel positive about life, more open and honest about others and with yourself as well. That is beautiful. And the mantra for the solar plexus chakra is Ram. Ram, R-A-M, Ram. You can envision that beautiful gold color, and the mudra for it is really easy. This is pinching these two fingers together, the thumb and the forefinger, and bringing down the ring finger. If you can't bring these two fingers all the way up, if there's some pain, please don't do mudras to the point where you have pain. There should be no pain along with the mudra. So even if you end up going like this for a little while until you can kind of stretch your fingers out maybe, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It works. You don't have to do both hands either. You can just do one if you would like. You can just rest them in your lap. That's where they go. Or you can hold them right here in front of your solar plexus and hum or think to yourself the mantra Ram, R-A-M, listening to 528 hertz solfeggio frequency. Namaste, Leo. Have a blessed and abundant week.